Bobby DeFranco, Franco to Bobby, whatever you want to call him, he lost his wife. And I know a lot of people said that it's his ex-wife. A lot of people were saying that him and Stacy weren't really in love. But let's make it clear, they were not divorced. They were not divorced. They were going through a divorce, but they never got divorced, meaning Bobby DeFranco has access to her pension and anything that she had, all assets. He has a direct line to get into that. Now, that's the least that Stacy Marks could have done for this man who is currently grieving. But he still wants Tommy Egan to be that guy. Now, Vic is locked up, and Delgado comes in here. She's like, we have some information on this gentleman here by the name of Chan. We don't know who Chan is. We don't know where Chan came from. But he's been in and out of the Department of Prisons, or the Bureau of Prisons, not the department, the Bureau of Prisons, talking to inmates, but he's not a real lawyer. His credentials, his license, everything is false. What I was thinking is, how did he even get to this point? How was he representing Ortega in filing legal documentation without anything? Like, the court didn't verify anything. His license ain't even in Chicago, because Delgado told us that. He could have a fake license, but she said, nah, that isn't in Chicago. You know, when you submit your lawyers and everything, they got to show all the proof. They got to submit everything. So I don't even know how this slid through. But then again, this is the Power universe. And if you remember, Kane snuck into jail to be a lawyer for Effie. So at least there is some kind of, I won't say a conspiracy, but at least there is some kind of way you can finesse the system to get in there. You know what I mean? You can, hey, I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. Let me in there. You know, I'm not a lawyer, guys. I tell y'all that all the time. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a doctor. But everybody in here, you know what I mean? Everybody. Yeah, I'm representing that person over there. Okay, come on in. You got a suit on? Come on in. Well, this nigga, Bobby, is like, what? He ain't a real lawyer. It's Tommy Egan. She's like, nah. She's like, nah, it's the cartel. He like, nah, it's Tommy Egan. She like, nah, it's the cartel. He like, nah, it's Tommy Egan. It's the cartel. Egan, cartel, Egan, tail, Egan, tail, Egan, tail, Egan, tail. So they just going back and forth. She talking about, yeah, we don't know who this guy is, but we seen him go in and out of a club several times. And y'all didn't arrest him? No one arrested this guy. Y'all have surveillance of this guy going in and out of this club 5 or 6 times, and you know that his credentials and license isn't right, and y'all never arrested him. This is the same thing with Tommy. They know that Tommy's registration on the car is dirty. It don't match up to nothing. That's illegal. Arrest this man. Everybody keeps saying they don't have any evidence on Tommy, but they have all the evidence they need. Tommy has an open warrant in New York City for the death of James St. Patrick. The DEA knows that there is a lot of motherfucking. Oh, we talking about the feds. We can talk about that. The DEA knows that the four horsemen were tied to the Irish that were up in New York City. Also, they know that the Serbs in New York City are out in Chicago because Blanca was told to notify the DEA in Chicago to let them take over. They have all the information on Tommy Egan. Tommy should be in handcuffs behind bars up under the jail right now. But Bobby DeFranco, he ain't giving up, because I think that Bobby DeFranco has a little bit of crookedness in him. But that's good. That's good. I think he's trying to get that 1.5 million. But this is supposed to be his story. I'm just pointing out the key details. But she talking about there's got to be a cartel here. He's been dealing with the cartel. Now, while that's going on, Bill is down here trying to get Vic to flip. Vic had an easy escape. Even before the jet that we're about to see him get onto, Vic could have been and left. Vic is rich. Vic has a lot of money. We forget that Vic is a rich motherfucker. Vic might actually be the second richest person in the Power universe after RSJ, and maybe Stern. Vic is at this point, Vic is top. I'm gonna say this. Vic is top 3, if not top 5, richest in the Power universe. Vic got more money than Tariq. He got more money than James St. Patrick. He got way more money than Tommy Egan. The only people that probably have more money than him is Stern and RSJ. He's got more money than the Westons, because remember, Braden and them were fraudulent, so that whole thing crumbled. Vic is top 3 richest people in the Power universe. His dad, the Flynns, they weren't just a drug organization. They were the biggest Irish drug organization in the Midwest. Plus, they got ties in Ireland. He has a whole mansion. He has his dad's mansion, plus he has the penthouse. Those two alone are probably about 15 to 20 million dollars. Vic is rich as shit. Vic has a private jet. That's his dad's jet that they sent to go get the 4 horsemen to fly over here. Vic is rich than a motherfucker. Everything his dad left went to him. Claudia was mad. Vic could have been and left. Vic could do whatever the hell he wants to. But Vic is in here. And Bill is telling him, well, just because Stacy's gone don't mean you could just get up out of here. We need you to tell us that Stacy was crooked. We need you to say that she was dirty. And he's like, look, man, I've been snitching my whole life, but nigga, if I'm a snitch, which you need me, I'm gonna need to be able to walk about this jail right now, free. And Bill wants whatever he can get. Whatever information is provided to him, he's gonna go with that. That's one thing about Bill. Bill don't give a damn. Bill is trying to get the job done. And that's one thing about police. We don't care who you arrest. We just need you to make an arrest. I know it's messed up, but that's how it goes down. That is how it goes down. We don't care who you arrest, but you need to make an arrest. So, what does Vic do? Vic does what any of us would have done. Vic signs his name on the dotted line. Vic says, Stacy Marks was a dirty DA. Stacy Marks accepted money from Tommy Egan. Stacy Marks was dirty. Stacy took money from Tommy. And my name is Vic. I'm out this. So Vic signs that. And he's about to walk straight up out of here. If you guys were Vic, like, remove our street knowledge. If you guys were Vic and you were rich and you could walk up out of here by telling on Stacy and Tommy, would you have done it? If you're Vic, not if you're you. If you were Vic in this situation, are you doing this? If I'm Vic, I'm signing this paper. I don't care. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here by 5. I'm on the jet. I'm gone. Now, I know we don't condone snitching in the Power universe, but at some point, there's got to be an end goal. There's got to be an ending. There's got to be a tunnel that we can run up out of. I'm telling. Dear federal, no. Good citations, people. My name is Victor Flynn, aka Victor Moan Jr. I am here to personally notify you that District Attorney Stacy Marks was a dirty, crooked, what could I use in there? Dirty, crooked, POS, no integrity, um, no integrity. Give me a second, Bill. Give me a second. Did I say POS already? POS, not worth a damn and unfit to be mayor. She willingly took money and threatened my life multiple times. She also said that I shouldn't be here today and my daddy wasn't nothing. I am to believe that my sister Claudia was used and abused by Stacy Marks and set up by Tommy Egan. Tommy Egan, if you guys don't know, did in fact commit that crime in New York City on the lieutenant governor. He told me himself. He also gave $1.5 million to Stacy Marks' mayor campaign. He is a scumbag. He took out Gloria. He took out my father, Walter Flynn. He took out Claudia. The Yardies, he took all of them out. He took out my boy Connor. Yeah, they got my boy Connor. He threw him in the back of a car. His license plates, they aren't legit. He has a connect on fentanyl. Y'all know what that is? It's very, very dangerous. He works with another guy in the cartel by the name of Miguel Garcia. And I like to say that Miguel's sister Mireya is a queen pin. I think she got a lot of drugs too. Also, Tommy Egan goes back and forth to New York. He just got, you know that he had a brother named JP? Did you know that? Yeah, he had a brother named JP. I think just last night he got rid of him. I'm not for sure, but yeah, I'll get a confirmation on that. But if you guys take all this into consideration, I will provide more information if necessary. I'll see you guys later. Signed, Vic Damone. Man, I'm telling everything. If I can get out of this and go back to living my rich life, man, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm putting everything, the heck with putting everything on Stacy. I'm putting everything on Tommy. I'm putting everything on. I don't want Tommy walking these streets no more. Stacy ain't walking the streets no more. I don't want Tommy walking the streets no more. Oh yeah, real quick. And the whole Stacy situation was because of Tommy. You need to look into Pageant Inc. Pageant Inc. has a lot of money in it. I forgot to put that in there. Pageant Inc. Pagentinc. Pageant Inc. That business right there is actually ran by Tommy. That money that's in there is money laundering. There's a barbershop on 17th and Deck. And if you go in that barbershop, if you go downstairs, it may be a little stinky, but I'm pretty sure that there's about 4 to 5 bodies that are down there. And in that safe, there may be some hot guns. Also, I know about a warehouse that caught on fire. That was actually this guy, Miguel. You guys heard about the Insane Princesses? Yeah, they had a warehouse. Guess who did that one? Guess who did that hit? Tommy. Now, that barbershop I was telling you about, yeah, that's owned by a guy by the name of Diamond. He was in CBI. And he has a brother, Jenard. The Jenard keeps coming up to talk to me about doing stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to get in that business anymore. I'm trying to go home. So you definitely need to look into the Sampson brother. Diamond got out. He had a PO officer. Now, mysteriously, no one's heard from him ever since. I think that was like season 1 or season 2. But it was a couple of weeks ago, months ago. But you need to be looking into Diamond. Diamond is the ringleader. But there's another guy. It's this crazy little fucker. I don't know who he is. I don't really know his name. They call him like Demarcus or something like that, DMAC or something along that. But he got dreads. This little motherfucker's crazy. He actually, this is just word on the street, but I can get confirmation. He took out a police officer and he took out this little dude named Mad Dog. But see, Mad Dog was connected with another guy that just got out by the name of King Kilo. Now, King Kilo, him and Jenard, they kind of got into it a while back, but I guess they kind of like simmered it down because when Jenard came over to talk to me at the penthouse, he was telling me that Tommy was after me because of the Irish pub bars. Now, I don't know what happened in the Irish pubs bar, but I can tell you that Tommy thinks he has control over those. So what you need to do is go look into that because that right there will link you to the Albanians and to the Serbs. Now, this is all. This is where it's going to be a. This right here is going to blow your mind. What I'm about to tell you. If you haven't heard, all the local gangs within New York City. I mean, not New York City. Sorry, I'm thinking about Tommy's past life. That he told me all about the crimes up there too. There's a lot going on. He has another black. It's crazy that this guy has a lot of black nephews. He has another guy by the name of Tariq St. Patrick, but I think he's in New York. He had a father. They keep talking about some dude named Ghost or something, but that's neither here or there. But this is what I'm telling you. There's a thing called the coalition. So that CBI guy I was telling you about, Diamond and Jenard, they have a group called the coalition. Now, the coalition is comprised of 4 to 5 different gangs throughout the city, but they all work together. And crazy enough, there's a lady by the name of Madam Wu. The thing about Madam Wu is she doesn't play. I'm hearing that she's dipping bodies in acid and disposing of them. But she also, this right here is really going to get you. She also is the biggest connect for that fentanyl. You know what fentanyl is? You can't even touch that. She got that though. She got all of that. And she has an illegal gambling spot, Bill. Matter of fact, go get a recorder. Go get a recorder and bring her. I can't write all of this down. There's not enough paper for this. Go get the recorder. All right. The coalition. They aren't too organized, but they are. Now, there was a big shootout in the warehouse. You heard about the Yardies? They were kind of like bums, but yeah, that was the coalition. The coalition did that. Diamond and Jenard did that. That's directly connected to them. I don't think Tommy had anything to do with it because at that time, me and him were dealing with Stacy Marks. Now, with that being said, this coalition is very, very dangerous. Word on the street is they might be linking up. Who do you work with, Bill? They might be linking. Wait a minute. You want all this information. Who you work with, Bill? You working with Alberto? You working with Marquez Cartel? All right, look. The Insane Princesses work for Che. At one point, the Insane Princesses were about to team up with the Marquez cartel. That got blown up. That didn't work. That didn't fall through. Now there's a hit on Miguel because he was supposed to give up Tommy. Now, I think you know a little bit about that, but that's neither here or there. I'm telling you, I'm walking out of here. I'm gonna give you all this information, so don't ask me twice. So the whole situation that's going down right now is crazy because people are picking sides, and if you haven't picked a side, then you're pretty much stuck in the crossfire. But the insane princesses were about to team up with the Marquez cartel, but then the Marquez cartel got mad because they didn't give up Tommy, and everyone's looking for Tommy in the city. They saying that Tommy's mom is back, but Tommy's mom is like she's kind of like weird. I seen her one time, but I don't really know her like that. I seen her for like a distance, but she's kind of weird. I think she might be on that stuff too. Also, you need to be careful because Tommy, he is a certified junkie. People think he's clean, but he's not. Tommy is the epitome of junkie. I'm telling you, the stories he told me, there's matter of fact, if you ever get a chance to contact the New York branch, ask them about Holly. Ask them about this lady by the name of Holly. Holly, I'm not too sure, but I think Holly was pregnant by Tommy and Tommy got rid of her. I need you to look into that because one thing I don't do is stand by that. So I'm actually kind of scared. Miguel's sister, Mireya, I'm kind of scared for her too because this might be a reoccurring thing with Tommy Egan, but you guys need to figure that out. And that's all I got for now. But you told me if I gave you information, you would let me walk up out of here. So I'm about to get up out of here. Nice doing business with you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we putting rats and snitching in the what are we doing? are we doing? What are we putting this? What are we? I can't.
Gonna, I'm gonna tell.
That ain't me. That's this man right here. That's this man right here. That's this man right here. You can see it in his eyes. He trying to go home. I want to go home. I want out the game. What did he tell Stacy in the truck? I want out the game, Stacy. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. This ain't me. This is this man right here. This is Victor Moan Jr. Victor Moan Jr. Victor Moan Jr. Y'all keep saying me. Me. Y'all put that on me. It's still mofos that owe me money for snitching in the chat. It's still people that owe me money for snitching in the chat. DeMarcus, I think you owe $100. I'm about, it's time to collect. 2025, there's a lot of people snitching in the chat that ain't paid their dues. You got to pay your fines. There's a lot of people. I could collect, but it's 2026. I said, I ain't doing no collecting. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But I said, I ain't doing no collecting. And plus, if you are new to my channel, whenever we're talking about the feds, you can talk freely about any crime. We talking about the feds. We talking about the feds. Y'all acting like y'all don't remember the rules around here. My boy Victor Moan told. My boy is about to hop on a private jet. While y'all hating, we getting on jets. We about to get up out of here. Again, Vic is top 3 richest people in the Power universe. Vic is top 3 richest in the Power universe. The only people that may be above him is RSJ and Stern. Those are the only 2 people that got more money than Vic in the Power universe. How soon they forget. So Vic really is a big dog. While we joking and stuff about Vic, Vic is rich. Vic has a private jet. Tommy drives a Mustang. Vic got a private jet. He got a G-Wagon that he just throws around. Did you notice that Jenard has the G-Wagon now? When Jenard got punched by JP, he got the G-Wagon. Yeah, he got the G-Wagon now. Vic is just giving out cars. But Vic, he told he gets ready to hop on the private jet. Ain't none of y'all got no private jet. I ain't got no private jet. Hell, I don't even have a paper jet. Vic gets on here, him and Ray. She's like, the good life. She quit her job. This is what I'm talking about. Vic is a real man. Vic cashed Ray out. He cashed her out. He told her, you ain't got to work no more. You messing with a real man now. You messing with a real man. If you in the chat and you got a woman and you ain't got a private jet, you ain't a real man. See, Vic is a real man. Vic went in there and stood on business. Vic told everything like a real man. He kept it 100 with the police. He told them what they needed to know, and he went and got his lady and got on his private jet. We ain't real men, y'all. We ain't real men. Ladies, y'all don't want me. Y'all don't want me. I ain't got a private jet. You don't want me. Y'all don't want me. I might have to. I'm thinking I might have to pull a Vic. I might have to pull a Dante. I might have to go in there and tell what I know. Dante had a Hummer, a Ferrari. He had a private jet. He was telling. Vic got all of this. He's telling. Maybe I got to go in there and tell him what I know. Maybe I got to go and tell him what I know. But Vic is on the plane and he's a little hesitant with it. Man, you supposed to be popping bottles on here, Vic. I wouldn't even look back. Man, I would have been on this jet and gone. But Vic is nervous. Well, then Bobby DeFranco, he's back in the office. They still trying to figure this out. Bill comes in there and he's like, well, let me go and talk to Vic. Let me go interrogate Vic. Bill said, oh yeah, Vic gone. My bad. Vic is gone. Vic is out of here. I don't know if you heard or not, but Vic is gone. Vic then got on a jet. He on the first thing to Ireland. He's like, what? You let Vic go? Like, yeah, I had to, man. The hell you talking about? I had to. I had to let him go. Yeah. Bobby ain't got nothing else now. So the last thing we see from Bobby. So Bobby pulls up to the club where Chan is. Now Chan is sitting. Is it Chan or Chin? I think it's Chan. What up, Hood? So Chan pulls up. He in the back drinking. Bobby DeFranco's up here. He's sipping a little bit too. He's getting ready to leave, or he's getting ready to go over there and get some more information, find out who this guy is. But then he sees Bill coming there. And we know that Bill, they have been on his butt. They've been on Bill's bumper. And well, he finds out that Bill is in bed with maybe the cartel, whoever this guy is, whoever he is. But we're going to figure out in the next episode of Power Book 4 Force. And that there is Bobby's story. Wasn't really much. Wasn't really much, but it had to be done. All right, Alan. Yeah, we just got D-Max, so it's gonna be about 15 minutes, man. We ain't gonna drag the D-Max story out, even though he did a hell of a job this episode. Him and Chris Lofton,